So the third topic, then we learned about input and output. After data types, we learned about operators. Then now input and output of all the syntax. Like for input, how are you going to take input? It's just writing the input command, and in that if you are passing a string, it will display in the console. So once you enter the value, it will store it in the variable called name, as you can see in the slide. So similarly for output, you have to use the print function. So there are different methods or ways how to take input and display output. So if we are talking about only input functions, then what happens is input gives you what is your name. If you are giving it, you can if you are printing, then you can display it by writing hello plus name. Then it will the input that you have given, that will be printed after hello, and then it will be followed by exclamation, as you can see in the print statement. So you can either separate it with comma and add the variable with a plus symbol, then it will be printed in a series. So if you want the input, see here the important thing that we need to understand, that whenever you are taking an input or using an input statement or a function, it will always be a string. It will never be a number or int, even if you input 1, 2, 3. So if you, that will be treated as a string. So whenever you want the input as a number or an integer, you have to type convert it. Type conversion is like we have seen int. If you are wrapping this entire thing using int, it will convert the input into int and save it in the age. So if you just print the type of it, you will always get integer. Then there is a third thing we studied about, like if you want to input a set of numbers as a list in one line. So in the previous examples, you will be prompted only once to enter the input. So if initially if you want, you can only input one number, but if you want to input multiple numbers, then you have to first input the number with a separator, which you will mention with split. So once the input is taken, let's say 1 space 2 space or 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 is there as an input, then you can just input them and it will split the values and create a for loop and assign the value to x in the list and form a list. So this is the method which we explained in last class. So actually what happens is, when you create a string with separators, it will split it and create a different element each of them. Then again it will use the for loop or looping statement to add those each value one by one to the list. That is here in this case it's my list where it is storing. So once you know for loop in this class, then you will understand usually how it worked last time. So here what we should know is that whenever you are getting an input, it will always be string. If you want a numerical value, you have to typecast it. And if you want to input series of numbers, then you have to use a list and use a split statement, split function, and a for loop to get a list. Then comes the output function. Output function is simple, like what you want to print, and you can also format according to your wish in 3 ways. Like what happens is, if you are just simply typing print 2 words, it will be printed whatever you are writing in the double quotes or single quotes. But if you want 2 different words to join and print, you have to use the plus operator. Then there is one more option, like if you have a variable where John is saved. Now you want to print hello John, then what you will do, you will just write f in the print function. You will write f in this, you will write f, that is a keyword or a method to print. So it's compulsory, you have to write f, then in double quotes you have to write hello comma, then in the wherever you want your name to be print as John, you have to just write curly braces, and inside that you have to mention the variable where you're storing it. Like here you're storing the name in John in the variable called name. So you're just mentioning hello name with an f and closing it. And there are other ways to print it, like if you want to print 3 different values, just separate it by comma and print the variables, and it will be printed in one line. So, and there is a second method where you can use a separator. If you are writing all the variables in one line, And if you want those, it should display the names with a separator, particularly comma or any percentage. You can use the sep function, and whatever you are passing here, it will separate according to that value. Then there is one more method where you can print. So it's up to you. Here in the last method is like, if wherever you want your name to be printed, there you just write percentage s. Here s stands for string. So since my first name is a string, so it is written percentage s. If you want a number, it will be percentage f float. So, and my last name is percentages. Once you have written this format, you just write percentage and then pass the variable in a round bracket. You can try all of these and see. It's up to you, whatever you use. So I think this is the easiest one, where you have the control. I mean, everything is easy. So it's up to you, whatever you want based on the programming language. I mean, programmer. It depends on the developer, how he has used it previously. Accordingly, you can also use. It's totally up to you which method you follow. So now we move on to the next topic, that is flow control. Flow control, we will learn about the if else statement and the looping statement. So here what happens is, when you write anything like any condition, if you want to write, then in that case, so we have to use a if statement, and if we want something to be repeated number of times, then we use a looping statement. So now, for example, if we are writing a program, right, like write a program to find the number even or odd. So this is the question you can get. So in this case, what you will do, if is the syntax where you have to use condition, you have to mention the condition, write the block where what you want to execute, and then you have to write an else, which you don't want to execute. So this is the syntax which you have to write. So either you have only if conditions, and you want some statements to be written. So then you can also mention only if you don't need to write else. So right now, that for example, if this is the question that has been asked, you have to first take the input. For example, you're taking the input. The code starts from here. Okay. So first you will take an input like a number. If you want a number to be taken, let's say num. This is the variable num, which I am taking an input. Enter the number. So now what happens is, when I run the program, it will ask me in the console. In the console box, it will prompt me that enter the number. So let's say if I have entered 5, so if I will write this line, then in the variable num 5 will be saved, but it will always be saved as a string. So I want a number, so I have to just type convert or typecast it with int. I'm wrapping the entire thing with int. Okay, so just take the yellow pen. So this is what I did. Now in the num value, I have 5 here. I have 5 in num. Well, this is a container where I have num. And now let's say I'm writing the next line is, I got the number. Now I want to check if the question was write a program to find the number is even or odd. So it is a question that he has asked. So the answer there is the answer they are expecting is either yes or no, even or odd. So for that we need to do a comparison. So for that we need a condition. So first we need to know the logic behind the logic. Here is the logic. Logic of the question is, any number is even only if the remainder is 0 when it is divided by 2. So n modulus 2 should be 0. This is the logic. And n modulus 2 should not be 0 is for the logic for odd. Okay, so you can take any example, like in n, if you want to write 5, when you divide the 5 by 2, it gives you, if you divide if you do the modulus operator, you're dividing 5 by 2, you will get quotient as 2 but remainder as 1. So this will give you 1, which is not equal to 0. That means it is not even, and it satisfies this condition. That means it is odd. So this is the logic we have to apply in the programming. So you have to remember that these logics of different kind of programs. So now once I got the value in this num, I will just check it. For that I have to write if condition. If, then I have to give the condition like this. So here I will write num modulus 2 equal to 0. If num modulus 2 equal to 0, then what should I do? I will write, okay, then print num, or the entered number is given. Else print entered number is odd. That's it. So I want you all to try this in your PyCharm, and one of you can share your screen. How just in the first line, just write how to input a number. You want to input a number, right? First, you have to get the number from the user. Then only you can perform an operation. Yeah, that's it. Give a colon and a space after number. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, in the next line, just write print s in round bracket, print s. Right, s. Not there, inside. Yeah, just run this program. See, can you see whatever you have written in the bracket in input that got displayed here in the console? It's like a computer program asking you to enter a number. Just enter any number there. He's asking in the console. Yeah, write any number. Yeah, just press enter. See, it's printing the number. That means in variable s you have the number one which you entered. Right? It's like a website where you are asked the username and password. Similarly, in here it is asking you the number. You have entered the number. That's it. And to check whether the number that you entered is working and stored in variable s or not, for that we have just printed it to verify. Did you get it? Mm-hmm. So now just remove print s, or maybe let it be. Let the print s be. Just move to next slide. Right? If s in round bracket, just open a round bracket. Yeah, inside that, right, s is modulus, right? Modulus percentage, s percentage 2 equal to double equal to, just write equal to twice. Yeah, s percentage 2. You missed the 2. Yeah, equal to 0. Go outside the round bracket, just write a colon. Colon, not the double quotes. Yeah, just press enter. Print in the string, right, in the round bracket inside, you just write double quotes and write the number is even. Start with a double quotes, the number is even. The number? Yeah, the number is even. The entered number is even. Just write a message just to show, or write just even number.
The entered number is
even. E-V-E-N. Even number. E-V-E-N. Yeah, that's it. So just press enter. Press a backspace. Go to the starting of the line. Backspace. Yeah. Just write else. E-L-S-E. Else. Space colon. No, don't give round bracket. Else doesn't have a round bracket. And press enter. Right. Just copy the statement in the 21 and paste it. Print statement there. Next slide. Yeah. Write it odd instead of even at the end. Replace the even with odd in this line. ODD. O-D-D. O-D-D. Odd. Even and odd. Yeah. Just run the program. You might get an error. Yeah. Okay. Now, just enter any number. See, you got an error, right? Why did you get this error? Can you tell me?
Hello?
Yep. Hello?
The number, the input should be converted to integer.
Yes.
So that it will not give the error.
So, you have to convert the input into an integer because as I told you, by default, any input taken from the console is always a string. So, how to convert this into integer?
You have to run you have to pass the line int and convert.
Yeah. What is the terminology that is called here? Like interviewer can ask you a question that what will you do? You have to say I will convert it, typecast it. Now what you're going to do, type convert or typecast. So which type you will be converting to int or the number. So just do the changes. What should be done? How will you convert it to the int?
The int normally, right?
Yeah, anything you want. Int, since we are playing with numbers, so it will be an int.
So, but normally I have to convert before trying to print, before passing the condition else, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Not here. Where you have taken the input, line 18. So you have to here after s equal to s equal to in line number 18. Line number 18, s equal to write int. Start the round bracket. End the round bracket at the end of the line. Close the bracket at the end of the line. So what the round bracket? So what did you do? You just wrapped it. Once you're getting the input from the screen, you are converting into int. So you're wrapping it. This is known as wrapping. Okay. You just enclosed it like in a box, how you pack a gift. It's like that. You just inside the round bracket you have entered and put the input function. Because input function will give you the string value. So you have put it in a box which converts it to integer. Now in S you have integer. Run the code. So the logic here is what happened when in line number 18 we got the input as 10. Okay. So in variable S we have the input 10. From there line number 19 prints that value on the screen. That's okay. Then line number 20, the if statement. What is this? If statement has a condition. Whenever if is there should be a condition. So a condition should be written in a round bracket. So inside the condition, we have to focus on the condition. What it checks? It checks that S is divisible by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0 or not. That is the condition it is checking. So obviously S is 10. So if you are dividing 10 with 2, you will always get a remainder 0, right? So if condition is true, now if that condition is true, then it will execute the statement in the if block. So when you write colon 20, after 20 you write colon, then in 21 you wrote the statement. That is the block of statement belonging to the if block. Those statements belong to the if block. if the line 21 is true, it will execute line. If the line number 20 is true, then it will execute the line 21. And if it is false, if the condition is not met, false, then it will execute the else part, the statement in the else part. So obviously, right, we know, right, if condition is not true, then obviously it will be false. So that is why in else line number 22 we don't have that round bracket and condition. Why will we give two conditions? It's not useful, right? If we know that if one statement is right, then the other one will be automatically wrong. So that is why to give two times same statement. So that is the reason we don't have a condition in the if block, else block. In the 22 line number, we don't have a round bracket and we didn't write anything. So it is automatically understood that if the if statement is executed, then it will execute, and if not, then else will be executed. So you see here what happens if your condition is true, it will only execute line 21. Only if your condition is false, then it will execute 23. So either of the one will be executed, not both of them. Okay. So if only either 21 will be executed or displayed, or 23 will be displayed, not both of them. So now you can again run and retry giving an odd number.
You want me to run again? Okay.
Just press enter. See, the number is odd. Now the line number 23 is executed.
It's verified.
You got it? So you
Yes.
you have just built a program or a calculator.
I have a question on the condition on if. So the
Mhm.
condition is basically saying if we divide the input that we pass
Mm-hmm.
by 2, the remaining number, if we have as a remaining number 0,
Mhm.
then the condition is verified. So we have an even number. Is that correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
If we have something, different from 0, then we have an odd number. Correct?
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure, I've understood well the condition, because everything is based on this. And then also the string that we wrapped up here and that we turn into.
So let me explain you once. So now I will again explain it. What happened is you took s as a variable, and first we have taken an input. Enter the number. Okay. So you know, right? In S, what happens here? How the computer thinks. So the computer thinks like this. There is a container or variable S. It needs a value now. We don't have a value. When you run the button, when you press the run button in the console, you will get this statement. Then this will be printed. When you print this, you enter 10 or 11, whatever. 10. Let's say you put 10 and pressed enter. This 10 will go to S, and in computer also. What computer thinks is he has this variable as where this 10 is got filled up. This is what happens in this first line. Now 10 is a string. It came as string. You want it number because in future you have the operation to perform any arithmetic or logical operation on a number. So you don't have a string. It should be a number because it will throw an error. So what you did, you just type converted it by wrapping it with int like this. Now S is a number, not a string anymore. Okay, it's not this, it's now this.
Yeah, that was clear to me, the conversion.
Okay, now you have printed this. So in the console, your number will be printed. This is just to check whether whatever you are inputting in S, it is getting stored or not. So in the computer behind the scenes, this is a container where it has now value 10. That is an integer value. Once this is done, what I did, if I'm taking a condition now, if this condition is true, then it will execute this value. Now it is not always print. You can write anything here. Okay, it's up to you whatever you write. It's not only print. Any statement you write, that will execute. The computer will execute that. So here I'm using print statement. So I'm writing, okay, this is even. The number is even. Else print number is odd. So what happens is, here I am writing S modulus 2 equal to 0. This is a condition I have given. Now, what computer thinks is, now how computer thinks, I will show you how it works. See, line by line how it works behind the scene. At this point, computer thinks, okay, I have a container. This is known as variable. the name of the container is S, we got 10 here. This is what this line does. Now, once we got 10, it will print that 10 to the screen. In the screen, it will display 10. Okay. It is showing the user that in the console, yeah, the value you have printed is this. Now what happens? This container value comes here, computer takes out the value, checks it, divides it by 2. So it will be 5. So 5, but there is no remainder, 0 remainder. Right? It is completely divisible. Quotient. Quotient is 5, 0 is the remainder, right? So what happens in this condition? We got that yes, it is the logic is true. Like if you divide S with 2 and you get the remainder as 0. So we are checking with the logical operator. Yeah, it is equal to 0 or not. Yes. Is it equal to 0? Yes, it is equal to 0 when we are putting 10 and modulus 2. I'm doing. Obviously, the remainder is 0. So that means what? Computer says that, okay, this is true. This is a true condition. Okay, so what it does is, okay, this is true, then this section will be executed since it's a true statement of if. In the if logic, if the condition is true, it executes this statement, and if it is false, it executes this statement. Whatever you write inside this bracket, it's up to you. So in your actual program, what happened? In your actual program, in your actual program, 10 came in, you input 10 got displayed, then 10 divide 2, it the remainder came 0, it became true, so it printed even. Second case, what happened? You took 11 here, 11 was displayed, then 11 modulus 2 is not equal to 0. Equal to 0? No, it is not equal to 0. So what happened? It went on to false statement and executed this and showed you odd. This is how the entire thing works here. Harmik, am I able to make you understand?
Yeah, I understood.
So in this entire program, right? This is basic, as you know. Only if you enter a number, then only you can work on that, right? This is basic. You need to remember always how do you take an input, how to, if you want a number, then how to convert it. But logic is this. This is the main logic of the program. If you see a question like convert a number, check whether a number is in odd or even. Once you get the question, that means in your memory it should be stored that, okay, I have to use this modulus operator, divide by 2 equal to 0 logic. If you use this logic, once the program is done, rest all are common syntax, only this is the main part. So here what you conclude is the logic. Conclude logic is S modulus 2 equal to 0. This is the logic for even and odd program. Later on, when you do hundreds of programs, when you have to revise, or if someone asks you, this will strike you to your mind finally, that, okay, this is what I have to write. Then you can build your program. You got it. Step 1. We are doing like step 1, right? Getting the input. We got the input using input function. We got the input. When we saw, okay, we have to convert it to int. So we converted it to int. Step 2. Once we converted it, we have to check it is odd or not. So we just checked it with the logic. So step 3, if it is true, then we'll give some statement, even. Print even. Step 4, okay, it's not even, then we have to give a statement. We'll take the else function and step will be odd. That's it. Program is over. So mainly you did this. This is the logic of the program. These are common, side parameters which will always be there in every program. So this is what you need to remember in this. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
So this is one question. Let me tell you one more question. Like building a calculator, let's say. I will first is, if we want to build a calculator, we need two numbers, right? At least to perform an operation. Let's take the number 1. N1 equal to input. Okay. Enter first number. Since it is a number, I am type converting it by wrapping it with int. N2 will be similarly input. Enter second number. So once I got both the numbers, I have to add it, right? So I will take one more choice. Let's say I'm taking choice from the user. int input, enter your choice. Okay. Once this is done, so what happens when you run the program? In the screen first it will show N1 and it will show enter first number. You will enter first number, let's say 10. Then it will immediately ask enter second number. You will give 20. Then it will ask you, okay, enter your choice. Let's say I have told you that if you press 1, it will add. Press 2 to subtract. Press 3 to multiply. Press 4 to divide. So let's say you have given 1, entered 1. So it will check, right? If in the program I have to write if choice equal to 1, then I need to add print n1 plus n2. Now, if I give else, that means what? I can give only one statement. If it is add, then it is okay. If not, then it will do nothing. But I have to write one. If there are different type of choices, right? 4 choices are there. So I have to accommodate all. So in that case, we have to write else if. We have to use a ladder. So that is what we will learn in the next step is how to write ladder. In that case, what we do? We just write elif instead of else if. We write elif. So elif, then choice. It is the second condition that I am writing. If it is equal to 2, print n1 minus n2. Elif choice equal to 3, print n1 multiplication of n2. Elif choice 4, print n1 divide n2. Else. Now else doesn't have a condition as I told you before. So else you can print. Just print wrong input, wrong choice. If like this is a complete program of calculator, so people can give wrong choices, right? If we have given a guide for the calculator that it can only do addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication, 4 operations it can do, and you have to either enter 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Now people can enter 5 by mistake. So in that case, it should also show the error warning display so that the user can know that they are doing something wrong. So that can be displayed using the else value, because else means if these are not executed, if any of them are not executed, then else part will get executed. So that is why we wrote this. And to have multiple if condition, we use elif. So in the like similarly in the previous case I told you, right? If it is true, then it will execute this. If false, then this. But in this case, it is also the same. It will either execute anyone. That you have to remember that any one of them will only be executed, not the all. Okay. Now what happened is, here you have to remember that in this entire ladder, any one statement will execute. Similarly, here also any one will execute. Always any one statement will execute. So in the previous case, we have only yes or no, like if it is even, because the logic says that if it is divisible, then it's true. If not, then odd. So this can be accommodated using one condition only. But in case of multiple conditions, you need to use the elif. It's kind of if. If you want too many ifs and you want only one to be executed, either, then you use L. So, Stephen, can you share your screen and try this program? Yeah, so it will change the variables. In line 25, write it N1. Yeah, write it N1. Yeah, the next one is N2, then choice. Or just make it C. Instead of choice, you can just write C. S. Length 27. Just make it choice or C, whatever you want. It's up to you. Okay.
Let's see choices.
Okay. So now, in the message, what you want to display? It's always displaying enter a number in the cases. You have to change those message. First, you can write enter the first number. It's up to you. Whatever you want the computer to display or your software to display to the user, you have to write that.
So okay.
Whatever you write, that gets displayed. So in the second line, you can write enter the second number.
The choice?
Yeah, enter a choice of operation or anything. In old days, we had softwares where they said press 1 to add, press 2 to do something. It's kind of that we are building. Enter a choice of operation. Okay.
It's all wrapped up as integer.
Yeah, you have already wrapped it to integer, all of them.
With integer.
Yeah. So choice will be either 1, 2, 3. So it will be also integer. So it's okay. Now you have to write the if condition. Once you've got all the numbers, just write if the condition will be based on choice, right? So if in round bracket, write choice equal to 1. If no, not like this. See the previous syntax, how it is. The colon is after the condition. Line number 20. See line number 20. Yeah. Choice. Choice. We are making the decision based on choice. So in if condition, you have to write the condition based on choice.
Let's say 2.
No. If choice equal to 1. Choice, not N1. If choice equal to 1. 1. No, 1. See, in choice, what we will enter? We will enter 1, right? Or 1 or 2 or 3. So that is why. Once based on the choice, we will make do operations on N1 and N2 using N1 and N2. So now this is done. Write colon outside. Yeah, enter. Yeah, write print. Yeah, in round bracket, write N1 plus N2. You don't need the colon because you are not displaying something. You are doing an operation of sum directly. Yeah, that's it. Now press enter. Go to the start of the line. Yeah, elif, right? Elif, elf. Yeah, again write round bracket choice equal to 2. Print N1 minus N2.
And 1 minus N2, right?
Yeah. Similarly for the third elif choice equal to 3. Go to the beginning of the line. Yeah, you can copy both of them. You can copy yeah. Okay. Choice equal to 3.
Okay.
N1 multiplied by N2.
Okay.
Star. Yeah, that's good. N2. Yeah. Similarly, for you have to make a divide option. Choice 4. Just do it similarly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now press enter. Write the else statement from the starting of the line. Okay. Yeah. Enter. Print. Enter. Print. Just give a simple display like you have entered the wrong choice in double quotes. Print. It's okay. Print. That was okay. Just write print. You have to display, right? Any text. Print statement. Yeah. Select that. Yeah, in single quotes or double quotes, pass on the message on the screen.
Yeah. The entered number, right?
Your choice is wrong. You have entered the wrong choice. Like that, you can write. This is for those people who will enter 5, 6, 7. You have to write it in double quotes, inside double quotes. It won't display like this. For displaying anything, it should be a string, and a string always enclosed within double quotes. That's it. Run it. See, just think you have built a calculator and follow the instruction given in the screen.
So now we can try to see what's happening, right?
Yeah, you can just give the number what you want. Now the program is running at 25, line number 25.
Yeah.
Just give any number. Present. Yeah, see, immediately line number 26 executed. Now give the second number. Yeah. Now enter the choice. You know, right? Based on choice, you can see what operation you want. If you want addition, you write 1 or 2, like that. It depends on you.
Okay.
Just keep. Okay. See, return you the addition.
Okay.
You just built a calculator.
Yes, man.
Just run it again. Just run it again.
This thing is
Right. The other options.
okay. Let's see. Okay, and now let's say 7. Enter. And now the first one was okay. Let's say 3. Third one it was multiplication. Let's say 2. You see, it's multiplication.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 times
Because,
7.
yeah, you can enter now other options. Just enter something which is not there.
Okay.
Give 10 or 20. In the choice, just give 7, 8, any other number other than 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. See, the software understood.
You entered your wrong choice here. You're giving me the else reply, for the condition.
Yeah, that is the purpose of else statement. Else is when everything gone wrong. If all of them are false, you need a statement to be executed for that else is there. It's like English language. Like if this choice is not there, then okay. Else if this choice is not there, then it's okay. Even if all the choices are not there, then else we will do this. This is how it works. So basically only one statement is executed one at a time. You cannot execute addition, subtraction, multiplication all at a time because obviously you want only one operation to see. So that is the reason we use else if ladder. This is known as else if ladder.
That's else if ladder?
Yeah, this is called else if ladder. In the previous one where there is only else and if, that is just known as else if. This is known as ladder because we have else if, and then else. It's kind of a ladder, right? Here you have too many choices. In the previous example, you had only 2 choices, either even or odd. So that is just else if. When it is a ladder, that means you have multiple choices to make. So that's the simple one. This is the advanced one. See, just comment 30 to 35 line. Just comment it. Line 30 to 35.
Okay.
30 to 35. Okay. Comment it. Select all and comment it. Get it. 35 also. Okay. Yeah. Run the program. What you did was you converted the ladder, else if ladder into just else if. Simple. Just run it. See, you remove the ladder. Just enter any number, 10, 20 or anything. Yeah. Give the choice. See, it won't work. It can only handle 2 conditions. Either if you are adding or you are not adding. That is why if you are adding, else you are not adding. So it is giving you that option. Now run it and just press 1 in the choice. See, it will add.
Yeah, because the condition of 1 is still remaining there. That's why it's working. So if I uncomment the condition 2, it's supposed to be working on the, minus, right?
Yeah, and then it won't work 3. So just uncomment 30 and 31.
Let's see, 31, right?
Yeah, 30 and 31.
You see? We have 10 minus 4, we have 6.
Yeah, you can type 3. Put in 3. It won't work.
But if we type 3, we're going to have like a wrong choice for sure. Wrong choice.
Yeah. So similarly, it depends. You can see we added 4 choices. You can add 10 choices. So you can make a big calculator.
Based on your needs, right?
Yeah, based on your need. So what you want to do with the numbers, you can do. See, the calculator has 20 keys or 20 functions in a normal calculator. In a basic calculator, small one has 4 or 5 functions. In a bigger one, it has 20, 30 functions. So you can build those 30. If you know the logic, what to do with all buttons, you can just keep creating 20. The entire calculator that is getting sold in the market, you can build it with Python. You don't need it anymore to buy it. You can use this program only to do.
So build your own calculator.
Yeah, you can build your own calculator. You don't need to buy it. See, that is some dollars you have to spend to buy a calculator. See, it doesn't take anything to do it. No charge. It's completely free, and it's your choice, right? If you're, for example, if you know that your calculation always has the first number as 100 and second number changes, you can fix the number n1 equal to 100, and you can modify the calculator and you can do the work you want. I mean, you have the entire control over the design of the calculator. You can make multiple types of calculator.
Yeah, I see. That's the use case of it. One of the use cases to say.
Yeah. So this is the control statement. Okay. Why? Because you are controlling it, controlling the statements, printing statement, right? Either true or false, what you want, you are controlling it. So this is how we do it. The next topic is the looping statement.